Hello, beautiful people. Hello, what's up? How are you all doing? This is another exciting edition of Source TV Entertainment Talk. And today I'm not in the studio alone, as you already know I would do.
Okay, hello people. I'm Ayodeji Samson, and it's always amazing to have you guys with us.
Yes, it's always amazing. It's been a long we do this.
Long time.
Yeah, so today we'll be talking about Davido's comeback into the music industry. And earlier this year, he posted about coming back in March. He says, "See you all in March," and we are in March already, and everybody's already, all hyped up about Davido's comeback into the music industry. And today on the show, we'll be talking about what the Davido's comeback is going to be like. And what do you think? This is March. Okay. What do you think David's comeback is going to be like into the music industry?
Oh, Obio. Well, well, I really feel it's going to be awesome for me, and I feel like, of course, for the period of months that he has had, I know that he has probably used it to recuperate and then re-energize himself. It is well needed for that break. Looking at what actually happened to him, the break is actually needed. But the truth is, before he's coming back now, there are a lot of things that are already happening in the industry. So his comeback is, of course, people are expecting it. So I believe that for Davido, it's a time for him to look beyond his previous career. Of course, those matters, but it's now time to look onto a bigger stage.
Exactly.
For me, I really feel that's
exactly. Well, with what you said about a lot of things happening that has happened during his break. You've had Thames got a Grammy Award.
Definitely.
Burna Boy lost on Grammy Award stage, and
Kiss Daniel is giving us
giving that back-to-back vibes, and and we know that David is a guy that has done almost everything in the music industry except for the biggest stage, which is Grammy, that everybody are looking at. That okay, yeah, if you are a Nigerian artist and you are able to achieve it, make it to this stage, that means and Wizkid has done it, Burna has done it, and I feel like this David's comeback is going to be massive, and it's going to be tilted towards achieving the greatest thing of his career.
Well, of course, I think that's just like you said, that's the major thing now when it comes to that landmark.
And let's not forget about the fact that he's part of the Nigerian artist that was involved in this FIFA World Cup team song. Exactly. Yeah, like the only Nigerian artist involved in and for him to be involved at that stage, David is big already.
Of course,
you understand. So I feel like coming back now is going to be like a pathway into bigger things for him.
Bigger things. And I think one other thing that would probably wants to change, I really believe, is going to be probably his sound. I think before he left, he was delving towards a kind of music that is now more inspirational, and then Grammy Grammy worthy. So I really feel that's one thing that we want to consider in order for him to be considered as part of these people. Thames is doing great. Wizkid already had his consideration. Burna Boy, of course, is now usual comer. So I really feel it's now time for Davido once he comes in.
So that takes me to like the kind of songs we should expect from David. Looking at where he's coming from, looking at what has happened to him, you would expect maybe it's going to come with some mental health songs, some inspirational songs. Looking at the situation is going to be now with Chioma, you understand. You would expect another love song, another assurance kind of song, if and looking at his involvement in socio-political issues in Nigeria in the past, and I feel like with everything that has happened, you know, we might be in for some political conscious songs. You know, don't forget we had Fem during NSAS, and it was the biggest song at that period that people that the youth were using to, you know, clamor for whatever that, you know, they are clamoring for. So I don't know. Those are the kind of songs I feel like, okay, maybe we should be expecting from Davido. In your own point of view, what do you think?
Well, you said it all. I really feel that that's majorly what we should be expecting from him. Though you can't still take away the songs that pertains to girls as usual from his brand, because I think that's one of those selling points that he has. So that's still going to be whatever thing that happened to him. I really believe that is not going to affect much of his brand identity, so he can be able to give us.
I feel like David has been through a whole lot of things in his life. And the last one that happened is like the highest that can happen to anybody. And from the look of things, he's got past it, and is going to like be the normal David that we all know, and is going to you know even get bigger than he is. Now away from that, let's talk about we talked about the fact that David has to pursue, you know, big things, bigger stuff in the international stage, and you know he's made some cool moves when it comes to international collaborations and all that. So this time that is now coming back, should we expect some more international collaborations with some, you know, some big names in the international scene, so as to?
Well, I feel that is important to some extent, but the truth is he has always been doing that. And for majority of the others, okay, for example, like Wizkid, it was not necessarily an international collaboration that is giving him a Grammy consideration. So what I'm trying to say is, it might not necessarily be an international collaboration. I think what he just needs to work more for now is his music, his sound, so that it can tilt towards what the Grammy really wants.
And of course, if you want to appeal to international audience, you've got to also work with
some of them, of course. But what I'm saying is, he has been doing that, he's not a stranger to the international market. And most of the guys over there can't say they don't. Okay, if not, probably CK that is just coming up. Okay, sorry, I said coming up, but actually it's coming up in the international scene. So probably for CK, I don't think there's any other artist that they are used to over there when it comes to Afrobeat, Wizkid, Burna Boy. After those is Davido, and probably Thames, because of our role now. So I really think for international collaboration, it is needed. He can still push more. He has been doing it, and then he needs to do more. But far more than that, he just needs to look into his music.
I agree with that. So the biggest thing, the high point of, you know, anticipation of Davido's comeback is the tour with Wizkid. Wizkid posted something a few months ago, I think, said like, you guys should save your coins. Me and Davido, we are going on tour, and people were like, "Are you serious?" Like, it's got you like. Everybody has to, every country that they are going to be visiting, they need to prepare their stadium. In fact, expand their stadium, because Wizkid, Davido on tour, it's going to be a big, it's going to be a big deal. And I feel like for Wizkid to say that, you know, there has been arrangement, and I feel like both have concluded on the. What do you think a Wizkid Davido tour would be like?
First of all, I don't even know what they are thinking about. Or what they thought about before making that. But of course, we've seen both of them on stage before, and it has always been crazy.
It's always electrifying.
It's always crazy. So their tour for now, and it's been long we have something like that both of them were actually even on stage. It has gotten to the point that the Wizkid FC and then the 30BG, even on Twitter, they always yab themselves. A new song comes out, and then you see this one tackling this one. So having both of them on tour is definitely going to reunite the fan base, and then it's going to be one of the greatest things that could ever happen to Afrobeat.
Yeah, I agree with that, because I feel like Wizkid, it's actually an opportunity for Wizkid to actually put into play the more love, less ego thing. And working with David will actually say a lot about that, and say a lot about the fact that he's actually in for preaching love in the Afrobeat scene. He has been doing it, talking about what he's done for Thames, what he's done for the likes of Buju, and definitely some other young artists. Now working with Davido on tour now signifies the fact that Afrobeat, we need to carry ourselves. Nobody will do it for us except for ourselves. And this Wizkid David going on tour is going to actually squash the whole beef thing that is already on ground. And I feel like this tour is going to bet a collaboration, between those artists. We are going to have a Davido and Wizkid.
We deserve it.
So that's it. So I think we've come to the end of the show, and those are the things we feel like we are going to experience when Davido actually make that big comeback into the music industry. We've missed him. I know you guys have missed him too. So in the comment section, we want you guys to give us what you think Davido's comeback into the music industry would be like, and everything we've said on this show today, what do you think about them? Once again, I am Adekunle Jelil.
And I am Ayodeji Samson.
So till we meet again, guys, bye for now.